Hello, you are here in Anu's classroom. Welcome. And we are talking about information systems for managers. And in this video, we'll be talking about systems analysis and design. And we'll be talking about things like the software system life cycle, then application softwares, and things like that. So let's get started. So why exactly? So this is unit 10. Okay, this video is related to unit 10 of the MMPC 8, the information systems for managers, and this is a part of block 3. And in block 3 we will be talking about information systems from the developer or the programmer point of view. So why should exactly we be learning about this software development? Because hey, we are managers, right? We are doing MBA. We are not going to sit and develop softwares. That is for the IT people to do, right? So why should we learn about this? The reason why we should learn about this is actually because the success of any system, success of any organization relies heavily on technology, and the success of these systems or these IT systems depends on the approach which is taken for building it. So if our development approach is right, the system will work successfully, and if it is wrong, then definitely we'll have problems. So from the inception of an idea for a software system until it is implemented and delivered, and even after that, when it's being used and undergoing gradual development and evolution into which something upgraded into something much better than its previous versions, we need to know about the specific approaches that would be best suited to our application system or our software. Why? And because of this, the software is actually said to have a life cycle, just like the life cycle of a butterfly, the life cycle of a baby, and all those things, right? Even software has its life cycle, which is composed of several phases, and each of these phases will result in the development of either a part of the system or something associated with this system. And such as, like, maybe it is a test plan, or maybe it is a user manual, maybe it is one unit. Okay, maybe it is a software that allows you to apply for leaves, maybe it is a software that will allow you to check grammar, maybe whatever. So every phase, it will produce an output which will go towards, or which will become go towards building up your complete software package. So these information systems generally are categorized as application softwares, which could be standalone modules like subsystems of integrated systems, which may be used to automate the processes or rationalize and things like that. Or it could be a software, which is developed. So these are softwares, actually, these are softwares which are actually developed using computer languages. Okay, so that is the application software. And this development of software can either be done by the company's own internal team, or you can outsource it. We have already discussed about that. And the software is developed based off requirements that are gathered from the potential users or the people who are going to use them, right? So we'll be asking them, what exactly do you want us to do? Do you want us to create a script to automate your bad jobs? Do you want us to create a form, like a web form, which is easy to understand with all the visual elements and things like that, so that it is easy for you to enter the details into it, what it is? And based on that response is how we will be going into developing and planning for how we can best develop this software. And the process of making these changes in already developed application softwares are what we call customizations. A quick reminder, since you're here, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting me in my dream of helping out people like you who are doing distance education from spaces like IGNOU. So thank you very much if you have already subscribed, and if you're not, and if you like how our videos and classroom sessions are going, please consider subscribing. It is a humble request from my end. So we were talking about the software development life cycle, or it's also called as the system development life cycle. And everything starts with the initiation. And after the initiation, we start the development. So initiation is like all the requirement gatherings, the brainstorm sessions, alternatives, choosing the alternating, making the decision, making a plan, and stuff like that. And once the plan is there, we start the development. So all the functional and operational requirements and solution modeling happens, and the development starts. And then the programs, once the development is completed, we go for implementation. That is, the program will start running after all the documentation and training has been completed. And after implementation comes the update part, that is operation and maintenance. So system starts operating, people start using it as part of business processes, and naturally we will realize that updates are required, that is modification. So what happens, we have to implement the modification. To implement the modification, we will need development, that is changes must be made to add these modifications or fix defects before we can implement it, right? So to develop, what happens, we need to have a proper requirement or scope, because our scope would have definitely, within a requirement for update or a change, our scope would have changed. So it goes back to the initiation phase. So that is this whole software development life cycle, to be short. So you can even graphically represent it like this. Like, we start with the planning phase, then we analyze, we design, we implement and deploy, then we test it, we integrate it, we maintain it, and when we see that changes are required while we are maintaining it, we will again have to plan for those changes, analyze the requirements, design them. The cycle continues. So I hope you understood about system analysis and design, and the reason why we are talking about IT systems from a developer point of view. In the next video, we'll be talking about various computer programming languages like Java, HTML, XML, and things like that. Do not worry. As managers, you are not expected to program in any of those languages. You just need to have a basic idea of all the various tools that are available. Just a basic understanding, just to break the ice. That is all, right? So I hope to see you all in the next session. Thank you very much.